Florence Pugh and David Harbour's highly anticipated Thunderbolts movie could easily be a Black Widow sequel, and here's why. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. The Thunderbolts team-up appears to be successful in bringing back the MCU to its former glory, according to reports emerging from various corners. This win could be attributed to the multiple crossovers that the film had with MCU Phase 4 and Phase 5 films. The lack of crossover events affected many previous films post-Infinity Saga, including Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. Florence Pugh and David Harbour's highly anticipated Thunderbolts movie could easily be a Black Widow sequel, and here's why. This family dynamic is explored in Black Widow, where their relationship with each other and their hatred for the villain Dreykov takes central focus. However, the film did not impress viewers for its lack of crossovers from other films. Natasha was the only element that was familiar to them from previous outings. Fans were too quick to judge the film, as it perfectly set up the events for Thunderbolts star. The new film from Marvel Studios has multiple characters from Black Widow making appearances. Florence Pugh and David Harbour's characters are a mainstay in the titular team, along with Taskmaster, who was a secondary antagonist in the previous film. Johansson's film was set between the events of Captain America, Civil War and Avengers, Infinity War. It touched upon Natasha Romanoff's roots in the Russian Red Room. It showed a past of the character that was never discussed before. As part of one of her earlier missions as a teen, she lived with Melina, Alexei, and an unsuspecting Yelena as a family. With their backstories receiving more attention and the central focus on Yelena, Thunderbolts very much feels like a sequel to her previous film. Now, Jake Schreier, the director of the film, shared that they based much of the material in the new film on their past relationship. He shared with SFX magazine that it was important to everyone to preserve that legacy of something that emotionally meant so much to people via Games Radar Plus. While Schreier refers back to the relationship, he wants to make one thing clear. He shared that just because the film pulled from all of their histories, it didn't mean that he was making a Black Widow sequel. He shared with SFX, "I think we're pulling from all of their histories and then trying to tell something new. I don't think that it feels like a Black Widow sequel. I think it feels like it's a sampling of people from different parts of this universe. It's definitely a part of our story, but it's not the driving force that leads into this film." Besides the central three stars, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, CIA director, also first appeared in Black Widow. Schreier doesn't want us to think of it as a sequel, but we couldn't help doing so, especially after what Pugh had to say about her character. This family dynamic is explored in Black Widow, where their relationship with each other and their hatred for the villain Dreykov takes central focus. However, the film did not impress viewers for its lack of crossovers from other films. Natasha was the only element that was familiar to them from previous outings. Fans were too quick to judge the film, as it perfectly set up the events for Thunderbolts star. The new film from Marvel Studios has multiple characters from Black Widow making appearances. Florence Pugh and David Harbour's characters are a mainstay in the titular team, along with Taskmaster, who was a secondary antagonist in the previous film. She wanted to explore the world and do a lot of things that she missed out on when she was young. However, years were taken away from her, and when she returned, she found out that she had lost her sister. Pugh explained Yelena's struggles during an interview with Screen Rant. "Something that I loved playing and I loved really introducing with her was just how she was just so excited for life, and she was so thrilled that she got to make her own choices. In Black Widow, she's someone that is really excited about pockets that she has on her vest. She can't wait to get a dog, Fanny Longbottom. She can't wait to explore the world. She's just so ready to experience life. But then losing her sister really kneecaps her. It completely cuts off her savoring of life. She doesn't have purpose anymore, she doesn't know why she's here anymore, and I really think she's struggling to understand what she's doing here." Pugh explained that when she is shown in the new film, she's not the excited girl that fans saw in Black Widow. She shared that she was glad that she could show this slow change in a person with her role. She explained about her Thunderbolts role. "By the time fans see Florence Pugh in Thunderbolts she will have undergone some major character changes from Black Widow." Pugh herself addressed the changes that Yelena went through during her 3 appearances in her debut, Hawkeye, and the new film. Pugh shared, "Scarlett Johansson seems to hold immense respect for Ewan McGregor over one ability that she learned to master during her time in the MCU. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Out of all of them, Johansson seems to hold immense respect for McGregor especially, with whom she worked on her 2005 sci-fi/action The Island. Turns out, the reason behind this is because of an ability that he has been sporting for decades now, ever since he joined the Star Wars saga, something that even she learned to endure years later as Black Widow, blue screen acting. Scarlett Johansson has proven herself time and time again as one of the most hard-working, committed, and simply the best actresses in all of Hollywood. She has worked with some of her other A-listed stars from the entertainment industry, including the likes of Ewan McGregor and Joaquin Phoenix, among others. During this, both of them had to work on quite a few blue/green screen scenes for things like planes flying and zinging around them, among other stuff. Since Ewan McGregor had already worked on the Star Wars projects before this, he was considerably well used to that experience. But for his younger female co-star, it was more or less all new. Thus, the experience of it all seemingly saw the Jack the Giant Slayer star earning Johansson's respect. In an interview with Black Film, while filmmaker Michael Bay heaped praise on McGregor for the incredible acting chops he displayed while working on a blue/green screen for 2 days, Johansson backed him by pointing out just how hard this stuff actually was. Nearly 2 decades ago, MCU star Scarlett Johansson joined forces with Star Wars actor McGregor to work on the 2005 sci-fi/action The Island. This saw them playing each other's love interests as they fight against their destiny to escape being sent to the island where they will be sacrificed as per the needs of each one's wealthy sponsor, of whom they are clones. Bay continued to back up Johansson's words, saying that working in such an environment is exhausting and there is nothing to draw from. It is really, really tough. To this, the Fly Me to the Moon actress added excerpts from her own experience, saying, "Yeah, it really is, especially when you are imagining that you are trying to escape to save your own life and you can hear the grip chewing a sandwich next to you. Really, it is hard." Well, judging from just how tough Johansson agrees working on a blue screen is, it sounds like she found it commendation-worthy that, while others struggled with it, the train-spotting star managed to do it with much ease. But while that's that, little did she know that she was soon going to plop down in the same space as McGregor after joining the MCU. Talking about McGregor, Bay said, "Ewan is a very good blue screen actor, he really is." He then went on to emphasize that acting with a blue screen is indeed very tough for actors, to which Johansson echoed his thoughts while saying, via Black Film. If anything, her honest opinion on working in a CGI environment is that, via innovation and tech today, acting in any kind of a CGI environment doesn't really change the process of acting so much. At the same time, she also admitted that this process pretty much tries to make a kind of unbelievable experience seem believable. While the fact that it's exhausting was seemingly Scarlett Johansson's initial reaction to working in virtually envisioned environments, she seems to have grown used to it over the years. This comes after her acknowledging the fact that she has gotten accustomed to the tech while working as Natasha Romanoff in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Additionally, she also mentioned how being less self-conscious of herself as an actor further helped her out with this, saying, "When you're really in it and you're emoting and you're experiencing the character's emotional journey, it doesn't really matter what's in front of you, I guess. You'd be surprised at how you can kind of surprise yourself. And I think, as I've gotten older, I've been able to suspend disbelief